Olá a todas e a todos, sejam bem-vindos a este podcast Homem que é Homem. Hoje vamos falar sobre as relações diplomáticas entre a Holanda e Moçambique. Já são 50 anos, certamente, que estamos a celebrar neste 2025 um grande marco, não é, histórico. Acreditamos que várias coisas foram acontecendo, vários programas foram implementados no âmbito desta cooperação e acreditamos também em resultados que possam estar nesse momento visíveis, que são graças a esta cooperação. Meu nome é Gilberto Macuaco Arilal, estou hoje na companhia de Baiano Vali, que vamos conduzir juntos esta conversa, e a nossa convidada muito especial, Elizabeth Ackman. Portanto, é com ela, que é embaixadora do Reino dos Países Baixos em Moçambique. É com ela que vamos, portanto, perceber um pouco mais sobre esta histórica, esta diplomacia, esta relação que já existe há 50 anos, né? Podemos considerar até madura. Vamos ouvir disso com a embaixadora. Miss Ambassador, thank you so much to join us. So we are very happy to be here with you. And the first question is, can you tell us about Netherlands? Something like interesting people need to know about Netherlands.
Well, the Netherlands is not a very big country, but I think it is a country that has quite a large footprint worldwide. We have been traders since a very long time, and I think there's hardly any place in the world where you will not find a Dutchman. Having said that, what is so special about the Netherlands? I think we are curious people, we are creative people, we are hard workers, but we also know how to celebrate. And every year, when we celebrate our king's birthday, we make that day an orange day, where everybody dresses up in orange. And
every month.
This is once per year.
Okay.
No, not every month. We like to party, but not let's say with that sequence. But I think this is a typical thing. The celebration of King's Day. Everybody dresses up in orange. People celebrate. People sing. People dance. And also people trade or sell the stuff that they don't need anymore. Okay. Books, clothes, pots, pans, everything.
So you have a garage sale.
It is. It's like a garage sale, but then let's say in the open air. And I can. What I also wanted to say about the Netherlands is that it aims to be green and sustainable. And I think even in, let's say, this way of celebrating, we are creative and sustainable because it's recycling. And it's
with the green thing. I think like one aspect of the Netherlands is saw lots of tulips.
Yes,
that's your country symbol. Is it?
I think yes. The tulip. If people, if you talk about the Netherlands, the tulip very quickly comes into play. I refer to the Netherlands being a trading country.
Okay.
I think the origin of the tulip is actually in Turkey.
Okay.
But we brought them home, and they flourish well on our grounds.
Right, yeah.
And yes, it is. I think it is it's sort of a trademark. It has become sort of a trademark of the Netherlands, but obviously. There we have other things on which we are proud. I think bicycling.
Yeah.
I am football. I think that is one of the favorite sports in the Netherlands. Everybody enjoys football. I'm not going to talk about our performance in the World Cup. Thank you very much.
Right. There's one thing you were talking about, the trading aspect of it, the country. You know, like you've been to Beira.
Yes, I am actually a regular visitor of
To
Beira.
Beira.
Yes.
You know, like Beira is low lying,
Yes.
just like the Netherlands.
Yes.
And then we are told it was the Dutch who actually built the dikes that protect Beira from the floods and all of that.
Well, actually, I'm very happy that you asked me that question, and also in relation to the former question, what is so typical of the Netherlands? The Netherlands is for 30%, almost 30%, it is below sea level.
Yes.
And like Mozambique, it is a delta country where a lot of
All the
rivers,
rivers,
where a lot of rivers enter. In the Netherlands case, the North Sea, and here it's the Indian Ocean. So we needed to protect ourselves against water from the rivers, also water from the sea. So we became quite smart at that, both from a technical perspective, but also from a dialogue perspective.
What do you mean dialogue perspective?
If you want sustainable solutions, for instance, to prevent yourself from water, or to make sure that you have enough water when there's a drier period, what we did is making sure that the government, the trade and industry, and the farmers, citizens or in civil society, and also science, they teamed up. So every dialogue in the Netherlands about long-term strategic issues is always it's a dialogue between four parties. We call that the Dutch diamond.
Oh, interesting.
And we tend to export that line of thinking as well. If you have four parties around the table and you find a solution, not everybody will be 100% happy, but there will be common ground.
Right.
Now back to Beira. At the moment, actually, the Netherlands, together with the World Bank, we are finding, and obviously with the Mozambican authorities, we're trying to find a consortium that can indeed support Beira becoming more resilient against floods. And what we're going to do is build a nature-based coastal zone protection mechanism.
Okay.
And what we will use is not, let's say, the traditional cement, just put stones there and fingers crossed that it will help us. No, we're going to use the sand of the sea to establish dunes, and together with the people of Beira, we're going to use the dunes as a way to protect the coast of Beira. And here again, this is also again a Dutch diamond approach. What you need the government, but you need also the people, smart technology and science to get that done.
Interesting.
So let's, Mr. Ambassador. So 50 years of relationship between Mozambique and Netherlands.
As old as the Mozambique's independence.
Yes. So, given the long time that this relationship, can we consider that this mature?
The relationship is mature.
Yeah. The relationship.
I
maybe in that vein, what programs have you implemented? And project that you have brought along those 50 years?
I think that, yes, wholeheartedly, I think that we have a very mature, constructive relationship. We don't always agree, but I think the quality of our relation is such that we then can express that to one another. We are not Mozambique's biggest partner in terms of finance, but I think when it comes to the type of work and the quality of the cooperation, I consider us really, really very good partners.
Right.
And since Since the beginning, we have been working together in the area of agriculture, food security and nutrition. We have been working in the area of water, so that's access to water and the quality of water, the availability of water, but also the protection of water that we just discussed as we do in Beira. But also in the area of health, sexual and reproductive rights, women empowerment. That these are also areas where we are quite active. And whatever we do it climate smart.
Right.
Because Mozambique is very prone to the impact of climate change. So whatever we do it with an eye towards the next generations, not for the here and now only.
Right.
We really need to think, we are obliged to think for the future generations, so what we do, sustainable, climate smart.
Right. So, like, this is 50 years.
Yes.
So what notable success stories can you highlight, in terms of like, okay, you said there are certain things that maybe you may not see eye to eye, but you cooperate at the end of the day. And what has come out of it that you can say, this is what we have done, we have helped Mozambique achieve A, B, and C?
Well, first and foremost, I think what the biggest achievement is that we have good relations and that we understand each other. Look, Mozambique, for the average Dutch person, far away, somewhere in Africa. The Netherlands for the average Mozambican person, somewhere north in Europe. I think so the distance in terms of kilometers is large, but through 50 years of cooperations, we have learned to get to know each other. We know what drives us. We know what makes us tick. We know what we think is important. We know what our challenges are, but also we know what the opportunities are and where we can cooperate. So I would really like to underline, let's say, the human factor, the human capital that we built and also invested in. I think that is actually the most important. And then in water and water management, well, we were able to support Mozambique in regulating its river basins. We are working together with Mozambique to support the coast against the impact of climate change. That makes a difference for the Mozambican people, but it offers the Dutch a possibility to learn about the impact of climate change that we are at the moment perhaps feeling less than you are, but it's like a laboratory for us. So that is fantastic. And then obviously in agriculture, I mean the vast opportunities, the fact that you stick a broomstick in the Mozambican ground and it grows, right? So and it is underused potential. So I think it is there that there's also room for further cooperation, and especially now knowing that the current government is also very interested in a private sector-led restructuring and a transformation of agriculture, amongst others, will allow also Dutch companies and Dutch knowledge institutes to come in. And that then is, I think, let's say, that's our future.
So,
because you yourself, I'm sure you have a vision. I think, you represent your king, but you have a vision of how things are, how sort of like the corporation should be conducted. What is your vision? Looking at the challenges in terms of, for example, challenges in the Netherlands, you have had a transition per se in terms of what you used to fund, and then now maybe you're going into newer areas. If you're looking at the whole of European Union also, apparently there's a new approach to how cooperation should be done. So, any thoughts
Yeah, I
Regarding
think
that?
I think that what is maybe a bit more pronunciated, what will be more in the forefront is exactly the private sector led
Okay.
development that we are looking for. And I must, in all honesty, say that based on my experience, I'm not an entrepreneur.
Right.
I'm just a simple diplomat.
Okay.
But I do feel that when you bring in the private sector, you will bring in a form of stability and continuity. Because when people, planet, and profit align as a threesome, you really are able to make change. So a good government supported by the creativity and the financial means of the private sector, making, let's say, what you want to change, what you want to improve, also a business case that works.
Okay.
So perhaps in the past 50 years we were maybe a bit more oriented to development as a concept. Now I would say we have a trade and investment-led perspective on development. And I think it makes sense. Also here in Mozambique, I mean, it's important that your economy is diversified, that and there are ample opportunities to do that. I mean, Mozambique is well known because of its extractive industry, lesser known for its incredible agricultural potential. All family and friends that visited me here in the past 3 years, they are baffled by the beauty of the beaches, the diversity of the nature. I mean, this is one of Africa's best kept secrets. Really,
You think so?
I do,
Yeah.
I do. And
Then what could then Mozambique do in order to reveal this secret to the world?
well, first and foremost, make sure that you are aware of the capital that you have in your country's beauty. I think obviously you need economic development,
Right.
and then very quickly you eye towards industry, right? But you could also broaden it a bit more up. That you say, okay, we also invest in our nature, we invest in our biodiversity, we invest in our people, as because that is part and parcel of the beautiful package that you have on offer. I mean, everybody.
I mean, we are rich in that.
You are super rich in that. People visit Kruger Park, right? People come to South Africa and fly to Johannesburg, Cape Town, and then do Kruger Park. 1 hour drive from Kruger Park is Maputo National Park. From June to August, you have
Whales.
the whales visiting your beautiful blue turquoise coast.
Yeah.
Then you have a number of beautiful national parks, Gorongosa in the north, Nyasa National Park.
And good food, you know.
And the food. So I mean, I can also. I mean, I'm when I'm back in the Netherlands, I will continue to be an ambassador for Mozambique because this is really it's and Mozambicans are kind people, interesting.
So we talk about private sector. So what about civil society organization?
Very important.
In what sense?
Well, this is. I'm also saying this because I'm from the Netherlands, and I explained to you about this Dutch diamond.
Okay.
Without civil society, long-term strategic decisions in the interest of the larger part of a population cannot be made. Civil society organizations are the eyes, the ears, and the boots on the ground. And you know, if you are a member of a civil society organization, you also know you are working on the topic of positive masculinity. You know what is ongoing in society, what drives people, what their concerns are, what makes them happy, what makes them angry. Very important information that should really feed back into whatever you do as a country, as a government, as a political leadership on the long term. Sometimes it's inconvenient what you get back from civil society.
Right.
But I mean, it might inspire you to do things different. It's as long as you are constructive in your criticism, I think you should embrace it, or it should be embraced.
Right. The Netherlands have played a significant role, I think, in terms of supporting civil society.
Yes.
Along, let's say, maybe about 30-something years or so, 35, almost close to 40 years. And but now, it seems as if the world is changing its approach. You see, like, right-wing governments have got a different idea as to how their resources should be applied in the different countries they are. Do you think that your support in civil society is going to decrease as you focus more perhaps on the private sector, and or whether you're going to find creative ways to ensure that, you keep on supporting civil society?
We will keep on supporting civil society, and maybe I cannot talk about, let's say, available budgets.
Right.
But as I said before, I mean, if you want to achieve something in a sustainable and in a structural way, you will do that with the government, with the private sector. You need civil society. So whatever we do in Mozambique or elsewhere in the world, as the Netherlands, we do it for the people, right? So the people are civil society. So if we want to reach people, if we want to support people, we will always engage with civil society organizations. And as I said, you are the eyes and the ears and the boots on the ground. So always in support, especially in support also of, let's say, the more vulnerable people in society, or the people in society that not yet have received, let's say, their right place. Talking about women and girls, I really feel that whatever we do, we have to keep an eye on the position of women and girls in this country.
Yeah, I mean, it's like at least the Sustainable Development Goal 5 talks about, like gender equality, so on and so forth. So it's interesting that you mentioned that. But then you also have, how many? 30 goals, Sustainable Development Goals. How many are there?
I can't remember now.
Right, yeah.
But
Well, it's not 30. We are supposed to reach all the sustainable development goals. We have 17, and we are
17,
supposed to jointly achieve them in 2030.
How is that going? 5 years away. How's that going?
No, look, I think especially when you talk about processes and people and structural change, it is good to have a point in time that you work towards.
Right.
And I feel that even, let's say, in the current turmoil that the world is facing at the moment, we continue to work towards these goals. We do that because even talking about gender issues and the equal treatment of men and women and non-discrimination, it is a proven business case to invest in women.
Exactly.
Women are good entrepreneurs, and women are. It's scientifically proven that if you have a business that is led by a woman, that she also gives back to society more and I'm not saying that it's the case in all the cases, but there is proof that it makes sense. It is a business case to invest in women. So it's not only the right thing to do from a rights perspective, but it's also the smart thing to do.
I mean, they are 50. It's like half of humanity, and so if you exclude them from participating in the development, that means that the other half will do more work than should.
Exactly.
If it brought the other half as well.
I think you're absolutely right, and it's not only a matter of you're losing out. It's not even a matter of work distribution, but you underperform.
Right.
If you don't invest in both in all people.
Different areas of cooperation. Let's talk about the impact of this. How can you say?
About and then what lessons that you learned. I thought it was instrumental that you were talking about laboratory. The idea that they'll come in and so the corporation, what impact it had, and also what lessons can you derive from this corporation.
So I think that we made a difference in many Mozambican lives by ensuring access to clean water, or ensuring, and we helped the Mozambican government secure clean water to thousands of Mozambicans. At the moment, we are supporting Mozambican farmers with high quality inputs so that they can produce not only for themselves and for their own consumption, but also for a market, local market, regional market, and hopefully at some point in time also exports. We've been supporting women and girls in believing in themselves, trying to make sure that everybody understands that if you send a girl to school, if you allow her to have the same education as her brothers, that she will contribute to a better future for the whole family. So I think our impact is that we add in a positive way to the lives of many Mozambicans, and I think, let's say, on a more systemic level, we have built good, constructive, critical relations with the Mozambican government, and we are here to partner with the government to work towards long-term strategies that benefit the welfare and the well-being of the Mozambican people.
Think maybe because you talked about the private sector, but what other priority areas you're going to look or focus on?
We are going to focus on agriculture. Continue to focus on water. Continue to focus on health. So these are the three main areas that we've been working in, and in which we will continue to work in Mozambique. And then, let's say, our special attention goes to young people, which is more than half of the population, but it's also the future generation. So you cannot do anything for the youth without the youth, so they will be part and parcel of all our programs. We also have a youth board, a youth advisory board in our embassy, especially for that purpose, and women and girls. And in terms of health, we will look at key populations, so people who are part and parcel of the LGBTIQ plus community, people who work in the sex industry. So these people will have our attention, and they will continue to have our attention.
Right. Now, if you were to advise, perhaps, like the civil society in Mozambique, what key partnership or strategic partnerships can it continue leveraging in order to continue deliver positive impacts on the populations?
That is civil society is so broad,
Right.
and it touches the whole of society. So my best advice is, first and foremost, be incredibly proud of yourself, that you are part and parcel of this society, because you represent, you are the voice and the face of the many different interests that the Mozambican population represent. You are representing 33 million Mozambicans. So be proud of that. Continue to be critical, and make sure that you do that in a constructive way, and continue to team up with Mozambique's international partners. We need you.
Thank you so much, Madame Embaixadora. So, muito obrigado também, estimada telespectadora, estimado telespectador. Chegamos ao final desta conversa muito interessante, que percebemos os contornos, percebemos como é que esta cooperação aconteceu, 50 anos de cooperação entre a Holanda, ou o Reino dos Países Baixos, com Moçambique. Percebemos também os impactos, né, a nível da população de Moçambique. São várias questões aqui trazidas, e esperamos que acompanhe-nos nas próximas edições do podcast Homem que é Homem. Tchau, até a próxima oportunidade.
Tchau, muito obrigada.
Wow.